These include the Longest Service Award, Social Service Award, Unique Humanitarian Service to Society Award, Long Serving Member in Volunteer Service Award, and Long Term Award. So those have not been there over the years, but because this year we celebrate 30 years, we have those categories that have come on board for the special event. Now, Charles Lutimba, please come close. So in the meantime, the DJ can give us a music interlude.
The pressures of your life and it tough. No stay down, mama, time pick it up. No bother with the down, full style, strictly up, full vibes. Now pick it up when the bills, them, the rent and the mortgage due. Yeah. When me chalice, when your best friends are gone and it's only you. Like a split on music. Sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget the track, the rock. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know, feel a reggae music sweet. Yeah. Skanking sweet. For every pain there's a melody. Yeah. For every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. So make we sing together. And who said life no order? And every man got this struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord, and let me overcome my troubles. Skanking sweet, everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know, feel a reggae music, yeah. Skanking sweet, everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know, feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet, we skank it till our morning come. Till our morning, until the day when my trouble. Hallelujah, we're grooving in our Jah. We're grooving on my troubles away. Everybody wanna feel like troubles and the rock with rockin'. You know, feel a reggae music sweet. Yeah. Skank. Everybody wanna feel like real. Forget the troubles and the rock with. You know, feel a reggae music sweet. Skanking sweet. So skanking. Everybody wanna feel like real. Forget the troubles and the rock with me. Skanking. Feel a reggae music sweet. Everybody was skanking sweet. Everybody was skanking sweet. Body was skanking sweet. Everybody was skanking sweet. I wanna be skanking. I'm gonna be skanking. I'm gonna be skanking. Whoa. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai.
He's an awesome God. Amenipa such an awesome song. And I'm never lonely. Amenipa such an awesome love. He is an awesome God, and I wanna tell it to the world. Kama si wewe basi nani?
Asikia landlord hapo kwa njia anataka kodi, ni wewe utaprovide. Na nina ngori moyoni zinanijaza wori, ila nitakuwa fine.
El Shaddai, uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai.
Every day is an awesome day. Na vile unanibariki hata mimi sielewi. And every day you come through in an awesome way. Kwenye dhiki nimepata rafiki wa kweli.
Na kuna kaloni mahali kananijaza wori, ni wewe utaprovide. Nina mahari natamani kulipia mpenzi, sote tutakuwa fine. Na madaktari wanasema hali siyo hali, wewe unajua time. Na hisi nguvu zako kwangu, I will call you El Shaddai.
El Shaddai,
El Shaddai.
uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai.
Kama mimi sifai.
El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai.
Dear Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I know I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
El Shaddai, uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai.
Love is sweet. This one is for you, my darling. Everything I do it for you. Ready to sing for them.
I do
nako wampe namba yesimu kukubirengako naye walika wakawala kajeberako kagamba gwenjagala siyinza kumtukako nga kutiiki tutande manju w'ennyumbayo obeera olota nango ndotengako girl you know you're so temperamental yeah. I'll be your song be my instrumental yeah. I do it for you. In every little song I sing it for you. Every little thing I do it for you. Hey girl, every little song I sing it for you. Let me tell you this right now. Listen. You and me, my girl, we be living like together. Welcome to the cooler, cause we be partying together. Let me be your king, let me take you out for dinner. Chop, chop, we'll be there when you calling up in here. Love in your smile, love and sing what you be said. Mukana bottle, man, Zambela, Momule. We'll take it to that terror, introduce you to Timaya. You are the only girl who it's burning now. Fire, 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 burn. Tell him, say, yeah, every little thing I do it for you, oh, baby. In every little song I sing it for you, my sweetie. Every little thing I do it for you, oh, baby. Every little song I sing it for you, my sweetie. I don't know about imagining I be the one to tell me what I'm about. Sweetie, can't say get it, you're down, you're not cool, it's a knock. Look at Ghana. Hey, 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 hey. On the moon, we be seated here meditating. I love you everything, like a bird of feather, we be floating. I love your style, I love your smile, I love you everything. You everything, thing, thing, thing.
Do you believe in love? How crazy it could be, baby, baby, stop. Take it easy. When you leave, I swear I can't breathe. Do you really care? Even wonder your homicide. You are my fantasy, my only desire. Kukutekereza nijoro bituma nasinzira, 'cause you make me find love. Darling, darling, if you touch me one more time, I might lose my mind. Baby, it's too much here. Can we go slowly? 'Cause I can't take it. 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 Give me your attention. 'Cause you got my affection, baby, baby, and so good temptation, taking us step by step on the beat, put your night hand in hand.
desire. Kutekereza nijoro bituma ndasinzira. 'Cause you make me fall in love, darling, darling. If you touch me one more time, I might lose my mind. Baby, it's too much here. Can we go slowly?
Are you done? Good evening, members, once again. So I think we are now set to start. And as always, we have to commit this function to the Creator. So our prayer is going to be led by CPA Florence Mutiaba. Charles should be able to get her a mic.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, Florence.
Let's humble ourselves and pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this special day, our final day of the annual seminar. We thank you so much for all the events that happened the first 2 days. Thank you, Lord, for our health, for our life, and for enabling us to reach this day. Loving Father, we dedicate this day, this evening into thy hands, and we pray that you will honor our day. We thank you for the 30 years again that we are celebrating this day. And we thank you for all the farms that have performed well and are going to get awards this day. We ask, Lord, that other farms shall emulate them and we will be able to see them win awards next time. Father, even as we continue with this evening, we pray that you will give us a fun time, a relaxing time, and that, Lord, we will mingle well. We thank you, Lord, for all that you have done this day. In Jesus' name I have prayed with thanksgiving. Amen.
Thank you, Florence. Now, if you have carefully listened to the prayer, you will agree with me that ladies from the Lugave clan are very prayerful. Because I have one at home and I know. Okay, so our next program is from the chairperson management committee, and this is none other than my namesake, omwana w'ensenene, this time Sise Wanyana naye Serebe. So CPA David Serebe, please come and give your remarks.
I don't know sometimes. It's okay. Thank you, namesake. As I was coming up, I wondered, you accountants are so fond of standards. What is the standard approach to this podium? These stairs or these? And you didn't guide me. But it's so point out the right exit so that when I'm going, I know the correct route to take. My standing here today is principally to do one thing, to give thanks. On a daily basis, I give thanks to one person and to God. That one is on a daily basis. That one person is my wife. You know, this culture, you are the one talking of Mwana Wensenene. If you eat somebody's food and you don't sell fumbie, you know the amount of trouble you can be in. However, today I want to expand the list of people to thank. I'll again thank God, first of all. I'll thank council. I'll thank management and staff of ICPAU. I'll thank members and other participants. I'll thank the Imperial Hotels, Entebbe City, and the Events Management Committee, who for the last 15 minutes have been pleading to come and join me. They have rebelled. I'm in trouble. If your committee starts rebelling, you never know. Maybe they are plotting an overthrow. I don't know. I want to thank the staff of ICPAU. You have set standards for this event so high that people have started taking such glamour for granted. I pray to God that you never lower the standards, because surely this is better than I've seen many events managers do. The way you do it is way up there. You are in the A class. I want to thank all the people who have stood on the podium in that hall. These include the presenters. They have been a wonderful lineup. I think all of you agree with me. You know, I'm going to eat one of these fries so that the others can know what awaits them if they come near to me. I thank the presenters. I thank the session chairs. I thank the directors of ceremonies, Timothy and Diana, you were wonderful. You did a great job. I also want to thank you members who started us on the journey we were requested to embark on of corporate social responsibility by donating blood. The chief donator, in my opinion, was Johnny Bosco Ntangare. And the others who did it like John, thank you very much. And it's just the beginning, as Dr. Wanga, the chief recruiter, said, we are going to donate more. I want to thank the sister and brother institutes. Timothy described who the sister institutes are and the brother institutes. For those who didn't hear Timothy, Rwanda, Burundi, Ethiopia, Somalia are sister institutes. Tanzania, Kenya are brother institutes. If you want to know why, ask Diom. My thanks continue to all of you people for having read the instructions for the seminar and come dressed elegantly for this occasion, because they say dress code elegant. But as the saying goes, there is no wedding without a shabby one. Kumbaga tekubula musiwufu. So there is one or two I've seen, but that's okay. It's fulfilling the culture. Now I'm continuing to thank, in my thanks journey, I want to thank the people for the past 2 evenings have not danced. I want to thank the people who have, I don't know if David will help me and translate this later, who blackened their tables with drinks last evening and the other evening. I also want to thank the people who ate the food which was prepared. Now, I want to thank those individuals and organizations who are going to be celebrated later this evening in the Accountancy Services Awards. You are the reason that the awards are organized, because if there were no winners, there wouldn't be a ceremony. Thank you very much for your excellence in serving accountancy and humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to request you to enjoy this evening to the maximum. Because I know some of you have this saying, feel at home, but some of you come here to run away from home for those 3 days. So please enjoy the evening. Those who have never danced since we came here, please dance. Those who have been eating small portions, please eat your full. The lights will be dimmed when we have served. And those who have been drinking, please increase the quantities you've been drinking the last 2 days. Thank you very much, MC. Where do I go through, here or there? Thank you, sir. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again. Enjoy your evening.
What am I looking for?
MC rather DJ Wefge. Next, we will get some remarks from the secretary and CEO to the institute, CPA Derek Nkaja, please come and give your remarks.
Good evening, everyone. Our dear chief guest, Dr. Asam Genyi, our dear president, CPA Constant Otieno Maende, our council members present, our guests from the Eastern Africa, our former presidents, distinguished CPAs, ladies and gentlemen, you are very welcome to the ASA Awards 2022. I was tasked to give some remarks, but knowing that majority of accountants, I also talk about accountancy, because that's what I'm supposed to do. First, I would like to thank you for your attendance for the last 3 days. I would like to thank you for making sure that you paid for the event. I'm told you have enjoyed the free bees, if I may call them, but they are not free, you paid for them. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that David Sedeve has encouraged you to blacken the tables more, increase the portions, increase the drinking. Yeah, make sure that you can clear what you paid for. So thank you so much for making sure that you paid. If you didn't pay and you promised to pay, please, we request you to pay as soon as you return to the office. Make sure that we don't have receivables at the end of the year. I'd like to thank our dear sponsors. You tremendously help us to hold this event. So thank you so much. Without you, I'm sure the members will have to pay a little bit more, and we are very grateful. But this is a call for every accountant who manages a budget. If you don't budget to support your profession or to support ICPAU, you are doing a disservice for yourself. So as you budget, please remind your superiors that the profession requires our support, and you put in a line. Start with as little as 1 million, even 500, and make sure that you support and you grow that budget line along the way. Now, someone talked about our mannerism and our professionalism, but I was reminded by Mr. Mhaise the etiquette of a professional accountant, and I thought that I should echo the same this evening, that we should mind what we do, our honesty. I'm told some of us go for games that have score, and even we cheat on the game. So the question is, what do you do if people don't see you? Do you still have the professional etiquettes? Are you still able to say I'm an accountant? And I pray that we cultivate that culture, that once you qualify as a professional accountant, you're a professional for life, and you'll do the right thing throughout your journey on this earth, even when people are not seeing. I would like to thank all those who have participated in nominating their fellow colleagues or members of the profession for ASA Awards. These awards were made, or they are established to ensure that we celebrate each other. but that means that you should take cognizance of what you do, publicize it, and make sure that others know who you are in terms of your professionalism and what you do to grow the profession. This is an annual event, and I hope that as we go out of this event tonight, that you start thinking about the members you nominate next year. We would prefer that these awards can expand, and they are even handled from a regional perspective, and we sum up with the national perspective. Kindly do that as we build the profession. Lastly, as I move out, or as I sign out, all of us have an account with ICPAU, and I request that you log in and determine which member network you want to support. Our portal have indicated that we must indicate the member networks. That will help us to spread the gospel of accountancy based on where you were either born, or where you reside, or where you work, and you support accountancy growth in that area. There are many areas. We have about 12 regions divided. We divide the country in 12 regions, but some regions don't have more than 10 people, and yet we know that the accountants that are there are more than 10. So let's register, and once you are called upon for an activity in your region, please participate and ensure that we'll be able to grow the profession for the good of our country. Remember, this is the only profession that publicly declares that we work in public. With those remarks, I will come you for the ASA awards, and I hand over the mic to the Director of Ceremonies. Thank you so much.
Thank you, CPA Derek. Yes. So the next item on the program is the cutting of the 30-year cake. So the CEO will be joined by the president and all our past presidents. You know, in the institute, we really respect the past presidents. So please, past presidents, current president, CEO, move to the cake table. And of course, the team working on the cake. Eve and Christine, please. Now, as they come, I just forgot to comment about CPA David Serve's speech. You know, he speaks in parables and riddles. You don't take his speech for on the surface. Now, he said, you don't eat somebody's food and you don't say thank you, but he didn't clarify what food he was talking about. So that is a survey for you. But you can get closer to him to clarify what food he was talking about. Having only one past president around, because I'm seeing the 7th president of the institute and the 8th and current president. Looks like they are the ones available. The others, the earlier ones, have been attending the function remotely. So in the absence of the past presidents, council members around, please come over to the cake table. council members are around, please come over to the cake table. We are celebrating 30 years, not of bananas, but of accountancy. Okay, so we now have a bigger cast. I see the vice president has joined. And then Ejakite, CPA, Stephen Inegate, Bible. Okay, and then my brother. So I think it's time for the cake to be cut. Maybe I will count from 5 down to 1, and then so you hold the knife. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
In the glory of God, congratulations, He has done it for you, and you will come back with a new song to say God is good. Yes, you will come again with a new song of praise. God is good. Oh, congratulations. Them say that I can never be all that I see. I've seen that God is greater than that.
Hello. Yeah, just a reminder, you know, cake is the one thing that we are always happy to eat without washing our hands. So once the plate reaches, just grab a piece and enjoy. Now we will do the cake eating concurrently with the next event, and we are straight away going to dive into the awards presentation. And to help us do this, I would like to call on stage CPA Ronald Mutumba, who is the chairperson, Member Services Committee. Please come over to the podium here, and then our Vice President, CPA Josephine Osia, please come over, because you will be handing over the awards to the different awardees. And we have 3 categories. So in the first category, we have 5 awardees. Then we have a second category with 4 awardees, and a third category with the 3 awardees. So we are starting with the first category of 5 awardees. DJ, some music. This time on program. Okay, so the first category of our deal. Oh my God. The first category is longest service employer award. And so we listen to the citation from CPA Mutumba.
Thank you, MC. This is a citation for longest service award. The longest service award recognizes and appreciates employees who have worked for the Institute for the longest period of time. The award is issued in recognition of the tireless contribution of the employee. For this year, the recipient who is to be awarded has served at ICPAU since 1997. They interact with colleagues at the Institute respectfully and professionally. They are always looking for ways to encourage and engage others, never hesitating to lend a helping hand. They strive for continuous improvement while keeping the big picture in mind. Our awardee is dependable, committed, and values their work. Because of the nature of their work, many of the Institute stakeholders see the face of the Institute in these particular staff members. Ladies and gentlemen, for their tireless contribution to the growth and success of the Institute, the award goes to Mr. Cons Bine.
Kwasa ngenda kwagala owa galabana togenda kwejusa siri kwepina bana bakubaganya embira siripira munange kinange namanti tusule my life my wife jagala nnyo kiremange kati nsesa buseko bana bawala balala guma balina tokosa budo babula buliro nebwolita kulwemisege lafu yote linzi kwa kumeme esina bwezindi bwesekere ndi kusala kaweke nofuna mmere yasuze
As expected, he has come with the lady that makes him tick. So you can understand why the guy is performing very well at work. Okay. Guys, no nugu, just.
Tusinga kuwali abatusooka omukwano gutulenga kyoya kuswa wewekana ntero omunyo muva tulyekamu nga olumye nange wundya nyumirwa enkulayo kyolaba nfaasirinayo manyi kulina sibalaba abalala balina kanyakaba lerastans kwasa nga wojja ekigere kyo nange wenkisa ofaanana ekimuli kyentubeeyagasa.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second award under this category is the long service member in volunteer service. And so CPA Mutumba again will take us through the citation, but I would like to encourage the awardees as you come, because you know this is something very interesting and it's the climax of the event. Please come dancing, especially if you are coming with your better half. Show us what you can do on the platform.
Thank you, MC. The long-serving member in volunteer service award. This award recognizes members who have supported the profession in volunteer service to the Institute. The recipient of this award served on the task force that founded the Institute of Corporate Governance of Uganda, championed their firm's support for the ICPAU top students in the taxation papers since 2010. The winner's character was a true definition of the passion for the accountancy profession. The awardee, as a member, rarely missed out on participating in ICPAU events. The member served the Institute as a member of the Member Services Committee and other committees of the Council of ICPAU for over 27 years. The member was a partner at BDO East Africa for over 15 years, during which period the member mentored many young professionals to grow their careers. Ladies and gentlemen, for her passion, commitment, and inspiration to the young generation, for being a role model, and for lighting the candle for many young CPAs, it is an honor to posthumously present this award to the late CPA Fawn E. Cousins.
At least we have somebody dancing as they come.
Ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikolana.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if we are recognizing somebody with the kind of citation we've just listened to, it's just in order that we stand up, observe a moment of silence in her honor. Please, let me inconvenience you, just half a minute of silence to honor the late member that has made that contribution to the profession. May her soul rest in eternal peace.
This is for you, Mama. I love you and miss you. I miss you so much.
So the next category, the next awardee in this first category is the Social Services Award. Let's go through the citation again by CPM Tumba.
Thank you, MC. The Social Service Award recognizes individuals who have made outstanding contributions to community development and benefited their communities through services intended for many as a community. The ICPA Social Service Award for the year 2022 goes to a person with so many hats. He's a Ugandan teacher, sportsman, businessman, and entrepreneur. He is the executive director and former head teacher of a school that has groomed young footballers to senior teams in the country and beyond. He is a director and president of a football club. He's one of the longest serving presidents of the Federation of Uganda Football Associations, FUFA. At the helm of the Federation, he settled outstanding debts for the Federation, which included recovery of the land title for the FUFA House in Mengo. During his tenure, FUFA enjoyed good relations with fans, governments, and the Confédération Africaine de Football, CAF, and FIFA. Uganda Cranes was unbeaten at home for 8 straight years, and Uganda lifted the Council for East and Central Africa Football Associations, CECAFA, Senior Challenge Cup 4 times. Interregional competitions were reinstated, FUFA awards were introduced, and more sponsorship deals from many companies were signed. In March 2017, this football investor became the first Ugandan to own a private stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, for his outstanding contributions to the development of education and sports in Uganda, the award goes to Dr. Lawrence Mulindwa. We request CPA David Serebe, in your capacity as the Vice Chair of Uganda Premier League Board, to please come and receive this award on behalf of Dr. Mulindwa, who cannot be with us today because of circumstances beyond his control. Thank you, Daudi.
That's what you can do. Congratulations, CPA David Sereve, on behalf of Dr. Mulindwa. Okay, so finally in this category, we have
Two more.
Oh, yeah, two more, sorry. Okay, the next one is long-term institutional partner. Let's go through the citation.
Thank you, CPA David. The Long-Term Institutional Partner Award. The award recognizes partner institutions that have made outstanding contributions to the success of the accountancy profession in Uganda. There were two recipients of this award. One of them, Bank of Uganda, was awarded on day one of the seminar. The second recipient of this award, therefore, is an institution that supported the institute in its formative years and has continued to provide this support to date. This institution believed in the potential of ICPAU and provided financial support. It advises and encourages the growth of ICPAU. It provided support for the establishment of the Association of Accountancy Technicians of Uganda program, the AATU. It supports staff who are members of the institute to meet their membership obligations. It has encouraged staff who are members to serve on the committees of the institute. It provided grants and sponsored staff to undertake the CPA course. It has enforced the requirement for heads in finance and accounts and internal audit roles as spelled out in the Accountants Act 2013. This institution was key in the enactment of the Accountants Act 2013 and has provided sponsorships for ICPAU events for the past 15 years. It's my honor and the Institute's honor for us to recognize this institution for its commitment to promoting the accountancy profession. It is a pleasure to present this award to the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development.
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here, a celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now.
Okay, I've actually been reminded that when we were talking about Dr. Mulindwa, we forgot to mention that he saved this country from playing games in neighboring countries because we didn't have a stadia that would meet the standards of CAF. So the national team has been playing the home games from that stadium. So you really see that he deserves the award. And finally, okay, you are free to clap for Dr. Mulindwa. Now, the final award in this category is the Unique Humanitarian Service to Society Award. The Unique Humanitarian Service to Society Award. And this one will be given a chance of 2 minutes to do an acceptance on behalf of all the 5 awardees in this category. Let's go through the citation.
Thank you, MC. This award recognizes individuals who have impacted their communities through humanitarian or other social developmental causes, providing a lasting impact on the lives of those in need while inspiring others to act. The ICPAU Unique Humanitarian Award for the year 2022 goes to an individual who has contributed to the development of their community through the provision of free surgical services to children with cleft lips and those with post-burn complication. Their work has led to the following: increased awareness about corrective surgery, increased access to health care for children with birth defects and post-burn complications, reduced number of children with reversible disabilities in the community, elimination of stigmatization and boosted the confidence of children as their physical appearance is normalized, improved enrollment in schools for the children in the community, thus empowering their future. The awardee has successfully made a lasting impact on the lives of the victims and those of their families. She has done 3,620 surgeries since 2012, which is an average of 362 surgeries every year. That's almost a surgery a day in the year. Of these, 2,215 were primary unilateral lips, 383 bilateral cleft lips, 878 primary cleft palates, 143 lip revisions, and 1 palate revision. The awardee inspires others to act in humanitarian service. For her passion and commitment to these causes, the award goes to Dr. Rose Aleño of Makerere University. Smile care.
Hey, ha. Oh, yeah, man, amen, oh, can't take back here. You can give me na yaku here. Let me tell them how the thing goes. How the thing goes. Okay. Chebe meka tamua. Say my pipina go join God. You want to bamba? You want to G with the big boy? Now you the wrong kitty, you the wrong kitty. Drink with the top cup.
On the ones and twos.
Let me see how the thing goes. How the thing goes. Oh, yeah, tell them I hope then do. And who? All right, take it easy, and let's play behind the point. Okay.
Now, as you can see, she is a mother, and the way she's been handling all of those patients, you can just see a mother in the picture here. She will give us an acceptance speech. Thank you very much, Doctor. Our default Angeli.
Thank you very much. Wow, did I expect this? No, but I'm so excited. I appreciate the ICPAU, and I'm honored, humble to accept this award. And on behalf of all that have received the award, we appreciate, and we are happy and excited to join the previous recipient of these awards. Special thanks go to those that sat down and did these nominations, and I also salute others that received this award today. I would like to appreciate the person or the people that nominated me. I'm so grateful. Thank you very much. I would also like to appreciate the people that support me to do all this work. There's an international foundation called Smile Care. It's the largest funder for cleft surgery. And of course, I appreciate the team. You know, surgery is not one person, it's a whole team involved. And I'm so excited to be here. It's a long journey that started about 20 years ago. As an intern doctor, I found a baby that was thrown on the road at about 5 a.m. in the morning in Kasese town. And I picked that baby and I realized it had a cleft lip. It was my first time to actually see a cleft baby. And since then, I've developed the passion and the talent to operate this baby. Thank you very much, and thank you, everybody.
Hello. As I said, she's a mother. You could just see it. Now you have heard the story. Okay. So we are changing over the presenter of the awards now. The second category, the current president, the 8th president of the institute, will do the presentation. So, Mr. President, today I have the singular honor to call you to come to the podium. I have been corrected that he is the 9th, not 8th. 8th is CPA Frederick Chibedi. My apologies. I'm sure he's following the event online. Okay, so under the second category, we have 4 awardees, actually 5, because on one award we have 2 winners. So the first one to be presented is Accounting Firm of the Year. And again, CPA Mutumba will take us through the citation.
Mutumba.
Owena Mutumba.
Thank you, David. This award is for the Accounting Firm of the Year award. The award recognizes an upcoming accounting firm without an international network or association. And that firm should have enjoyed an exceptional year and demonstrated outstanding achievements, including career opportunities for accountancy professionals. The recipient of this award has made tremendous improvements in its quality management system and showed a strong commitment to implementing the recommendations of the ICPAU Quality Assurance Review team. Overall, the firm demonstrated a strong commitment to continuous improvement. The firm has embedded quality within its operations to drive business growth. It engages in pro bono activities, including free business advisory and serving on boards. This particular firm supports staff development and training and supports its staff in meeting the institute's membership obligations. The awardee firm for this year also utilizes innovative means of completing its service, but remains compliant with the provisions of our code of ethics. With a continuous move to embracing technology through recording, staff monitoring, and better quality service. Ladies and gentlemen, The award for the accounting firm of the year 2022 goes to Bees and Company.
Agree with me that even in the work you see IFRS 9, IFRS 17, IFRS 11. Congratulations, gentlemen. And I'm proud to say that I went to school with one of them, same hall of residence in Makerere, CPA James Kamanyire. Congratulations. Next we have Finance Team of the Year.
The award for Finance Team of the Year recognizes and honors the contribution of finance teams of entities to the overall success of their organizations. The recipient team of this award embraced technology for both its internal processes and service delivery. It supports staff development and training and pays membership fees for those staff who are members of the Institute. It has upheld and ring-fenced the finance roles in the organization for professional accountants, as spelled out in the Accountants Act 2013. It nurtures its members, making them highly demanded to take up other senior roles within the organization and other sister entities. On an annual basis, it provides a transparent and open disclosure of its financial reporting processes and other reporting practices, including corporate governance and sustainability as part of its participation in the ICPAU Financial Reporting Awards. This finance team has demonstrated a strong ability to work as a team and recommended the creation of a fund out of the non-withdrawable portion of its member funds to deal with any unforeseen liquidity challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, this award goes to Wazalendo Savings and Credit Cooperative Society.
Don't sleep, wake up. Collect your money, wake up. Collect your money, wake up. Tera, go get the moolah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know who owns Wazalendo Sacco. Now, you might be thinking that the uniformed men can only do work on the front line, but you now see that they are very equipped in terms of standards and reporting. Congratulations. Okay, DJ. So the next, we have 2 awardees for this next category, Young Accountant of the Year. Young Accountant of the Year, we have 2 winners of this award. And CPM Mutumba will take us through the citation again.
The award for Young Accountant of the Year recognizes young accountants who embrace and promote the tenets of the profession in a way that reflects a truly professional accountant. The recipients of this award are accountants below the age of 35 who have contributed to the growth of the organizations in which they serve through the adoption of establishment of innovative solutions. Through their service as professional accountants, they have attained noteworthy accomplishments that exhibit good professional conduct and technical proficiency. They have also exhibited entrepreneurial flair and are exceptional team players. Being a year of celebration, the committee agreed to award 2 members. We'll start with the first recipient of this award, who has exhibited entrepreneurial flair through the establishment of a training college for the CPA qualification, demonstrated technical proficiency in international financial reporting standards, IFRS, as well as donor funding reporting requirements through accreditation as a tutor for the CPA course. Established innovative ways to reduce the tax liability of their employer. Exhibited exceptional team player abilities by orienting new staff and training interns assigned to them, and supporting their colleagues to complete the CPA course. This recipient has also demonstrated leadership abilities and good service to the accountancy profession by serving as a member of one of the committees of the ICPAU Council. Ladies and gentlemen, this award goes to CPA Vudala Subuga.
DJ Alberto, on the ones and twos.
DJ, don't you have the instrument called a matari? The winner is a Haji. If you can play matari, that would be very good. Then we see what he can do. But meanwhile, you can say in the work, IFRS, IFRIC, exposure drafts, everything.
May I also disclose that he serves as a member of the Member Services Committee of Council.
Congratulations.
DJ Alberto, on the ones and twos.
I see Noor wants to dance as well. There you go. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. That's what I was waiting for. When the name was mentioned, I expected that. So let's have the next award in that same category.
Thank you, MC. The second recipient of this award has been instrumental in training young accountants who aspire to become professional accountants, and has continued to encourage them to become full members of ICPAU after passing their CPA exams. They have exhibited entrepreneurial flair through the establishment of an accredited tuition provider of the CPA qualification that adopted an online mode of delivery of lectures during the COVID lockdowns. They have also exhibited a good record of innovativeness by participating in the establishment of the internal audit department at their workplace and putting in place the internal audit framework. They have demonstrated excellent leadership abilities and service through continuous service on one of the committees of ICPAU Council and also one of the ICPAU boards. The awardee or recipient has over 12 years of work experience, gradually growing through the ranks in organizations such as Makerere University Business School, Office of Auditor General, and Bank of Uganda, among others. Ladies and gentlemen, The second award of the Young Accountant of the Year goes to CPA Samuel Agre Mankati.
Okay. You can see Mukwas is feeling at home with the music, especially when he's accompanied by the #1 station. Wanyala nabi Mukwas.
Just to declare more information, the awardee
Okay.
serves on the Professional Standards Committee of ICPA Council. You can see the professional standards, and is also serving on the ICPAU editorial board. Congratulations, CPA Samuel Mankati.
You can see seriously took in the lessons of the pastors yesterday, and everything looks rosy. And finally, in this category, we have the CPA of the year, overall CPA of the year. Citation, CPM Tumba.
Thank you, MC. The award of CPA of the Year recognizes and honors a certified public accountant who has made outstanding contributions to the accountancy profession in Uganda and beyond. The recipient of this award represents a role model of what ICPAU espouses in terms of professional conduct and technical proficiency. Has been cited as a good trainer who openly shares knowledge and has delivered various CPD training to ICPAU members. Serves on the Professional Services Committee of the Council of ICPAU. Currently serves on the board of the CPA Circle and has made outstanding contributions to its continued growth and success by actively participating in its brand promotion, member mobilization, and education programs, and was recently elevated to the role of partner at one of the accounting firms in Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, for his inspirational endeavors and support to the accounting profession, the award goes to CPA Nicholas Mushaventa.
Sakur. Congratulations, Nicholas, and I'm glad to say that at one point I also mentored him. Now, Our next item is remarks from the president. The president will then invite the chief guest to speak to us and also present awards to the last category. And they will speak from here.
It's okay? Wow. Good evening, all of you. Good evening, CPAs. The chief guest tonight, Dr. Asa Mugenyi, the chairman of the Tax Appeals Tribunal. My colleagues, the council members present tonight, and of specific mention is one that you never see most of the time. That is the Auditor General of the Republic of Uganda. We recognize you, CPA John Francis Semwez Mwanga. I know he's always represented by some other people, but tonight we have him. My senior, the 7th president of the Institute, I know you are representing all the other presidents. Chair of the Member Services Committee, who is our host tonight. CPAs, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome once again to our Accountancy Service Awards tonight. The Accountancy Services Award is an annual event where we recognize members of the Institute, and we also recognize other partners who have worked tirelessly in building our profession and making it what it is. I take this opportunity to congratulate members of the Institute upon our 30th anniversary. This is no mean achievement. In 1992, when the Institute was established on passing of the Accountants Statute of 1992, no one could ever imagine that we would be seated here 30 years down the road in such large numbers. By the way, for your information, in 1992, the Institute started with 79 members. But look at how many we are now. We are over 3,900 members. So we have to give it to our forefathers who have been around since 1992. Thank you so much for building the firm foundation on which we are standing now. Over the years, we have built the profession, as I said, from 79 members to over 3,900. We have built systems in place. In 1992, there was literally no staff at the Institute. So the work of the Institute was being done on a voluntary basis. But now we are proud to be having over 50 staff employed by the Institute. Isn't that something worth celebrating? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we have made significant strides over the 30 years. A good number of you are aware that we own properties as an institute. We have a good number of staff, very, very qualified, and they're always willing and ready to serve us as members of the Institute. We are so grateful for the leadership of CPA Derek Nkaja, who manages the affairs of the Institute on a day-to-day basis. We run on strategic plans, so that means the Institute takes a calculated approach on everything that we do. So we have made significant strides. You are aware that we had an amendment to our act that gave us, gave us a wider mandate. We are now able to discipline ourselves through the disciplinary committee. We are able to give licenses of practice, certificates of practice and licenses to accounting firms. We are able to govern ourselves. We have a very robust process by which we elect our leaders. And indeed, I can say that it has been a fulfilling 30 years. And that is all down to you members of the Institute. As we look forward to the next 30 years, we are looking at an institute which is fit for purpose. We are looking at an institute which will be the real institute doing what it was set up to do, advising government on matters of financial management, a center of excellence, an institute with its own home, a magnificent home. We are looking at an institute which is a role model in the region. That is what I'm envisaging in the next 30 years. But that is only going to be possible with commitment from you members and all our stakeholders. Tonight, so many speeches have been made, and I don't intend to make a very long one tonight, but to just say congratulations over the 30 years that we've been in existence, and I'm looking forward to your even bigger participation as we tackle the next 30 years. Thank you very much. And at this juncture, allow me to call upon our chief guest tonight, Dr. Asa Mugenyi, Rotarian, to come and address us. Dr. Asa.
Maisha ni yangu, we shughulika na yako, napendeza kwangu, we shughulika na kwako.
Welcome, Doctor.
Nishipa mwingwi, nishipa mwingwi, nishipa mwingwi.
The Auditor General, the President of ICPAU, executive members of ICPAU, members of ICPAU, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you and I greet you all. When I was given the invitation letter, I noticed that the Accountancy Service Awards are abbreviated ASA. I also happen to be ASA. I have nothing to do with the award to the doctors, but the invitation letter also asked me to come with my spouse. Unfortunately, she did not come. But if she had come and had delivered a kid 9 months from now, maybe I would have named the kid CPAU. Firstly, I would like to commend the ICPAU for the good work it's doing, for uplifting the standards of accountants, for regulating the conduct of accountants, and also for advising governments on matters concerning the national economy. I would like to thank the ICPAU for this occasion. Chinua Achebe, Things Fall Apart, said that when we meet under the moonlight, it is not because we cannot see the moon from our different homes, but it is because of the spirit of togetherness. And this occasion shows the spirit of togetherness among accountants. I would also like to thank you for giving out awards. Awards usually recognize people who have outstanding performance and those people who have excelled. Napoleon once said, if you give me enough awards, I can win any war. I would like to talk about, before I go into my main speech, I'm going to talk about the Tax Appeals Tribunal, which I chair, developments at the Tax Appeals Tribunal, and the roles of accountants. But before I go into that, I would like to talk about the importance of accountants. Accountants are very important people. They are the custodians of our money. They are very useful in mobilizing, conserving, and utilization of resources. They also help in the collection of taxes. If I may talk about the Tax Appeals Tribunal, which I chair, the Tax Appeals Tribunal is established by the Constitution, Article 152 of the Constitution, and there is an enabling statute, the Tax Appeals Tribunal Act, and the mandate of the Tax Appeals Tribunal is to listen to tax disputes between Uganda Revenue Authority and taxpayers. Of course, the objectives are twofold. It helps in the collection of taxes. It also helps taxpayers plan their businesses properly. What are the reasons of a tribunal? The tribunal is a quasi-judicial institution. It has both administrative and judicial powers. And the purpose of a tribunal is, one, expertise. We have people who are experts. There are three people who listen to a tax dispute. Expeditious disposal of disputes. The tribunal is very informal, and the tribunal tries to keep costs as low as possible. To file a matter in the tribunal, whatever the subject matter, the fee is only 22,000. What are the values of the tribunal? The first one is integrity. In the Tax Appeals Tribunal Act, it provides to be a member of the tribunal, you have to have integrity. We have professionalism. We also believe in hard work. I have to add hard work as a value, because some people believe that if you pray, you will achieve success. But you cannot achieve success only on prayers. You need to have hard work, confidentiality, and we also believe in make a difference. I think these are more or less the same values the accountants have. What are the developments at the Tax Appeals Tribunal? The Tax Appeals Tribunal is a court of first instance in tax disputes. There was a recent Supreme Court decision, URA vs. Rabo, which said that all disputes, tax disputes, should start with a tribunal. The number of disputes at the tribunal have increased. In 2008, we used to have about 20 tax disputes per annum. Now we have over 20 disputes per month. I think in July we had up to 45 disputes. The types of disputes before the tribunal are changing. Now we have issues like transfer pricing, taxation of the digital economy. You know, tax laws have to change with the developments in the society, and the nature of disputes also changes. Then the Tax Appeals Tribunal Act was amended to include general damages and interests. If URA impounds your vehicle, you're entitled to general damages. So we had to tell the government that we need to amend the act also to cater for taxpayers. The Tax Appeals Tribunal Procedure Rules were amended in 2012 to make the tribunal more user-friendly. The amount of taxes in dispute, the amount of taxes which are held in the tribunal in disputes has increased. In 2008, we had taxes in disputes worth about 10 billions. Now in 2022, the disputes are about, they run into hundreds of billions. Some time ago, I think at the beginning of last year, the disputes were about 1 trillion, but this year they have gone down. We have been able to dispose a number of disputes. In the financial year 2021-2022, we disposed disputes worth about 863 billion. Of course, the main applications for the annual year 2021 were about 670 billion, 760 billion in 2020. Currently, as of August 2022, we have disposed by rulings. We have had 59 cases, and we have disposed of disputes worth about 202 billion. By mediation, consents, and withdrawal, we have disposed about 83 disputes worth about 95 billions. In total, we have disposed about 142 cases, which are worth about 297 billion. So on average, we are disposing of 18 cases per month, and the average value could be about average value per month is about 37 billion. So I know for the accountants, by now you must be calculating. If you have disputes and you are disposing of disputes worth about 400 billion, I know the accountants charge 10%. Now, if you are collecting 10%, it means you should be in a position to upgrade your offices, upgrade your vehicles, but please don't upgrade your spouses. The tribunal has gone digital. When I say digital, we can listen to your disputes without you having to be physically present in the tribunal. You may have witnesses abroad. That witness does not have to come to Uganda. We can always log on, and the witness testifies in whichever country he is in. Of course, I know usually people are held up in traffic. If you are coming to the tribunal and you are held up in traffic, you log on so that we don't waste time. Of course, now we listen to disputes in the morning, but we want to begin also encouraging members to dispose of their disputes in the afternoon, so that in the morning we have those disputes for people who are slow movers. If you want your dispute to go in the first lane, then you can tell us, you can fix it in the afternoon, and within a short time we should be able to dispose of it. The Tax Appeals Tribunal has introduced mediation. Mediation was included in the Act, and about 67% to 70% of our disputes are disposed of through mediation. The proceedings and rulings of a tribunal, you can get them a day after the ruling. And we are striving to listen, to have a quick disposal of disputes. A matter in the tribunal becomes a backlog if it is hard, if it is not disposed of after 6 months. The tribunal, we have had a lot of training in things like transfer pricing, taxation of digital economy, offshore taxation, oil and gas taxation. And of course, we have had this training in a number of countries, Turkey, China, Washington, and we try to keep abreast of the tax developments. Currently, we also have regional offices in Gulu and in Mbarara, Mbale and Arua, and then we also have law reports. We have issued 1 law report. We are going to issue 2 law reports are in the process. We are going to issue them. So, what is the role of accountants in tax disputes? Maybe I should say in tax collection. Recently, I think I attended the 30th anniversary of URA, and the president was talking about the tax ratio to GDP, and he said the tax ratio was only 12%. The implication of that is that there is a lot of production which is not being taxed. There are a lot of people or taxpayers, or not taxpayers because they may not be taxpayers. There are a lot of people who are not on the tax grid. And of course, this is where we need the accountants. Of course, the accountants, you have so many clients, you can advise your clients to pay taxes. Of course, paying taxes is twofold. Firstly, if the economy improves, it means you will get more money. Secondly, it means the tax accountants will have a lot of activities. A taxpayer cannot pay taxes unless he has good bookkeeping. Accountants would be involved in reconciling, auditing, and making financial statements. Because if you are going to pay taxes, it involves all of this, and all this would draw the accountants. Of course, the members of the Tax Appeals Tribunal were increased from 5 to 9. Currently, we have only 1 accountant. Maybe would need more accountants. I was actually talking to the Minister of Finance about 1 hour ago, and I was trying to see if we can get more funding to increase the members. There was just that delay. Accountants can also be tax agents. Accountants can be tax agents. Accountants can represent clients in the tribunal. Accountants can represent clients in the tribunal. I'm going to discuss that later. And then also we have mediation. Usually when we have matters in mediation, the mediator usually at times refers the matters for reconciliation, and that is where accountants can come in. What are the challenges accountants have? Firstly, I'll put it this way, we have very few accountants who come to the tribunal. We have very few accountants. I usually say that the lawyers are good at English and the accountants are good at mathematics. And that is where the problem comes. When the accountants go to meet the lawyers in URA and the lawyers speak some good English, the accountants lose confidence. they lose confidence. But we need the accountants in the tribunal because we usually have so many disputes that come to the tribunal. And there are some disputes you can see the lawyer is trying to push a lot of English, but he doesn't have the accounting experience. He has not looked at the financial statements. He does not understand the financial statements. And of course, there are decisions, if you read some decisions, where you see the tribunal agreeing with the lawyer on the interpretation. You know, once you give a lawyer an assessment, the first thing he will do is run to the act and it becomes an interpretation dispute. But at times when you look at the dispute, you'll find a dispute could be resolved if you look at the financial statements, the audited financial statements. So it is very important that the lawyers collaborate with accountants. At times you need to collaborate. If the issue is mathematical, if it has a problem of reconciliation, accountants should come in. That is why you find some of the disputes are being lost in the tribunal, because somebody wants to push an interpretation angle, but the dispute is not interpretation. The dispute is on the mathematics. Then, of course, I know one problem the accountants have in representing taxpayers, especially the small taxpayers, is most of the small taxpayers don't do good bookkeeping. Their records are not good, but eventually, if the accountants help the taxpayers, especially the small ones, the small taxpayers, it will be easier for them to pay taxes and to resolve their disputes faster. Also, I don't know, but I see it from most people, they say tax laws are very complicated. Personally, I don't see tax laws as complicated. I used to teach tax law at Uganda Christian University, and whenever I would teach revenue law, I would have a full class. At times I would have to ask the faculty of law, can you give me more space? Because the students used to find it easy. And personally, I think tax laws are not difficult. It is a question of English. If you read the tax laws, they are in simple English. Don't translate the English into vernacular and then again into English. That is where you'll get the problem. One of the problems, of course, in the tribunal we have are unnecessary adjournments. There are so many adjournments. At one time I was teasing the lawyers, is there a course called How to Adjourn Matters in Court? You learned that at the Law Development Center. Also, the appeal process is tedious. If you have a matter in a tribunal, you have to go to High Court. From High Court, you have to go to Court of Appeal. From Court of Appeal, you have to go to Supreme Court. By the time you reach Supreme Court, that may be 8 years. And that is a lot of money that is tied down. Of course, there are other issues like rationalization. That one we shall handle. Lastly, of course, I know I was given 15 minutes. I will conclude by talking about Uganda. I think I'm within my 15 minutes. I can say Uganda is a very beautiful country. We have very nice people, very well-cultured people. We have I think the Ugandan women are among the 10 most beautiful women in Africa. We have good soil. I think there was a time I went to Israel and I was surprised people are trying to plant matoke. in the desert. Why don't we plant matoke here and coffee and we send it out? We have good weather. Our weather is good. I think I was once in Zambia. They have only one season. For us, we have 2 seasons. So with all that, you know, Uganda should be a first-class country. We should be a first-class country. When Lee Kuan became the Prime Minister of Singapore in 1965, he said that the only country he feared that would develop faster than Singapore was Uganda. If you go to Singapore and you come back to Uganda, you'll find we are not at the same level. I know some people say that maybe the government should be doing more, but as John F. Kennedy said, do not ask what the country can do for you. You should be asking, what can we do for the country? And you as accountants, what can you do for our country? You should sit down. Of course, I have seen a lot of things. I think I saw somewhere about funds being misused or diverted. You, the accountants, should be able to help make sure that funds are properly used, and we should be able to reach very far. With that, I thank you for listening to me.
Please don't go. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost getting to the close. I would like to say thank you to Dr. Asa Mugenyi. Now, those of you who have not been to Nick building where Dr. Asa Mugenyi sits, some of us have been there, have handled 3 cases there. Today, I'm really glad to share a podium with him, because when I go to Nick building with a case, the language we are speaking is witness statement, affidavit. That's the language. And so today we are speaking accounting. Now we have the final category, and that is the Gold Service Awards. And we have 3 winners. CPA Mutumba Ronald will again take us through the citations, and our chief guest will present the awards to the respective winners. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Our next award is the award for ICPAU Gold Service Award. The award is the highest Accountancy Services Award. The award recognizes and honors individuals who have made outstanding contributions to the accountancy profession in Uganda and beyond. The recipients of this award are persons who have been instrumental in the development of the profession. Being a year of celebration, the committee agreed to recognize more than one person. The first recipient of the ICPAU Gold Service Award is a person who has served the accountancy profession for many years, prepared the program for the sponsorship of government employees in finance roles to undertake AATU and CPA courses, which increase the pool of professional accountants serving in government and the public sector. Introduced the use of technology and digitization of government accounting, and was central in transforming government accounting systems. The recipient also served on the Council of ICPAU and on the board of Uganda's biggest and fastest growing indigenous bank. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to present the ICPAU Gold Service Award to Gustavio Orach Lujuero Boch.
Chose me, and I chose
Congratulations. And there is an acceptance speech, please. 2 minutes acceptance speech. For the Gold Service Award winners, each of the three will give an acceptance speech.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Abalo Bot Brenda. I'm a daughter to Mr. Bot. Unfortunately, Mr. Bot is not around, so he asked me to come and pick up his award on his behalf. He is very grateful to ICPAU. He's grateful to Government of Uganda for giving him the position as an Accountant General. He's grateful to all the accountants who have worked with him, who have shown him support, and who have loved him. He is also thankful to Centenary Bank for giving him the opportunity to be the board chairman of the bank. And he says, may God bless each of you, and may you all continue to show him the love that you've always showed him. Thank you so much.
Dance, please, dancers. Okay, thank you. The next awardee, Gold Service Award still.
The second recipient of the ICPAU Gold Service Award is a person who, as Minister of Education in the period 1986 to 1989, oversaw the creation of Chambogo University, an institution that offers prior learning courses for accountancy. Was the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development at the time of the enactment of the Accountants Act. Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient had the courage to sign the statutory instrument that removed non-accountants from the schedule of accountants. And under his leadership at the Ministry of Finance, ICPAU was earmarked and received a seed grant for its inception. Spearheaded several reforms, including the exchange rate reform, which was at that time the single most important reform needed for economic recovery. That reform made it easy for aspiring accountants to pay for the foreign accountancy qualification fees, which was the only option for qualifying at the time. The recipient also oversaw the establishment of the Uganda Investment Authority. And he also mentored many young people to become professional accountants. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to present this award to the late Joash Mayanja Nkanji.
I don't wanna dance with you, baby, no more. I never do something to hurt you, though. Oh, but the feeling is bad, the feeling is bad. I love your personality, oh, but I don't want the love on the show. Sometimes I think it's insanity, girl, the way you go. With all of the guys in the corner, oh baby, you're the latest trick.
Now, since the award is being presented posthumously, again, I request we observe a moment of silence and then we will get the acceptance speech. A moment of silence, please. I know our desks are now all black, our tables are all black, but please observe a moment of silence in honor of the late Honorable Minister. May his soul rest with the angels. Let's now listen to the acceptance speech.
My name is Josephine Mayanja Nkanji. I am Honorable Joyce Mayanja Nkanji's daughter and grandmother as well. He could have explained that if he was here, but there you have it. I just want to say thank you so much to all of you. Thank you to CPAU for remembering Daddy. Recently, he had his birthday on the 22nd, and I was really thinking, wow, it's been a while. And I haven't really done much about his passing, but thank you so much. We really, as a family, we are grateful. And I wanted to share this verse with you. It's Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 7, which says, "The memory of the uncompromisingly righteous is a blessing, but the name of the wicked shall rot." So thank you. I'm glad that Daddy was uncompromisingly righteous among you and that you remembered that. Thank you.
Finally, we have one more awardee under this category.
Thank you, MC. The third and this year's last recipient of the ICPAU Gold Service Award. The recipient has served the accountancy profession in Uganda for over 26 years. The recipient initially worked in the private sector where he practiced for 6 years as a partner with Coopers and Librand, now PricewaterhouseCoopers in Zambia and Malawi. He has also worked in the public sector in Uganda since 1994 as a consultant or internal audit advisor attached to the Treasury, and also held positions within the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, including as Director of Accounts, a position that is now referred to as Accountant General. Under his tenure as the Director of Accounts, the ministry started taking part in the ICPAU Council activities. And since then, both the Ministry of Finance and Office of Auditor General have had active representation in the ICPAU Council. The recipient has served on a number of committees internationally, most notably the Committee on Budget and Finance of the International Criminal Court based in The Hague for the period 2003 to 2006. The recipient served as a member of the United Nations Independent Audit Advisory Committee from the year 2008 to the year 2014, which is a panel of experts who provide advisory services to the General Assembly, and has also had the privilege of being the vice chair and then chair of the panel in the latter years. The recipient has promoted and enhanced the relationship between government and the Institute over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient is also a member of the Public Sector Accountancy Working Group, the PSAWG, for Uganda, a group set up to drive the implementation of the public sector roadmap drawn to implement accrual accounting in the public sector. The recipient, ladies and gentlemen, currently heads the Supreme Audit Institution in Uganda. The Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda celebrates this person for the exemplary service as a truly professional accountant. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor, and I trust our honor as members of the Institute, and privilege to present the ICPAU Gold Service Award to the Auditor General of Uganda, CPA John F.S. Mwanga, for the tremendous contribution and dedicated service to the accountancy profession in Uganda and beyond. Welcome, Mr. Mwanga.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that the respected gentleman is not going to dance, but the color of his head just exudes wisdom, as you can see.
Congratulations.
Now, as the award process here goes on, I would like to call upon all council members and all the awardees, whoever has gotten an award today, to come over for a photo moment with the guest of honor and the Auditor General. Meantime, we have now reached time for dinner. I'm sure so many of you have been looking at me badly. It's just that I can't see you from where I am. But we have ushers, so please wait for somebody to come and tell you where to go for your dinner. So the awardees and members of council come for a photo moment. Responsible for ushering can start ushering people to have dinner. I don't want to be cast by people. But first and foremost, we will get an acceptance speech from the Auditor General. Then the photo moment. Congratulations. Thank you.
Distinguished participants in your respective capacity. I am greatly honored on behalf of the staff of the Office of the Auditor General to receive this service award from the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. The credit goes to all the staff in the office who worked relentlessly to audit and report to our stakeholders in order to improve public accountability and delivery of services to the public. This has been undertaken through financial audits, value for money audits, forensic investigations as mandated under the law. We also extend our sincere gratitude to the Institute for the excellent work they are undertaking in uplifting the standards of the accounting and auditing profession in the country. Indeed, the award that I am receiving this evening is a testimony of the contribution the Institute has made towards the professional development of not only our office, but to the country at large. With this, with gratitude, I do accept the award for God and my country. Thank you.
As you know, accountants are brief. They have no time to tell stories. So it was that brief. Please, the awardees, right from the first category, second category, and the gold service award winners, please come over for a photo moment with the guest of honor, with the Auditor General. Come with your plaques, please. Come with your plaques for the photo moment.
Iwe giza baridi na upepo, iwe kuna mawingu na mnyesho, your body baby joto, joto, unafanya nijihisi special, unanipa sababu ya uwepo, kando yako wewe